Wind. I'm getting attacked by thorn bushes. Hello, everybody. Well, my chair is taking over. Hello, everybody. I believe we're on chapter 11. Get rid of these. I'm recording the chapters I've forgotten to record. I think 4 and 5. Well, I'm uploading that right now. Thornbush attacked me. But anyway, I believe we're on chapter 11. I watched I watched the end of it. I believe we're on chapter 11. I hope we're on chapter 11. I hope I didn't continue reading. I don't think I did. Anyway, it's been a minute already. Let's start. Bill's POV. So where do you want to eat, my love? I said to my pine tree. I didn't get a response. So I looked around me, but he was nowhere to be found. That's when something hard hit me right in the chest. What was it? Guilt? Worry? Sorrow? I don't know, but whatever it was strange and unusual to me. I looked everywhere and asked a few people if they had seen him, but no one had seen him. I ran around the mall and inside every store to find my pine tree, but he was nowhere to be found. Oh, where are you, my pine tree? Oh. Dipper's POV. Dipper's POV. Is my voice cracking? Anyway, Dipper's POV. I sat in the dark, cold cage as creatures around me yelled. Some screamed for help, others saying unspeakable, creepy things that I never want to mention. I sat there in the corner of my cage, crying. What did I do wrong? Is Bill up to this? No, he couldn't. He loves me, I think. Stupid thornbush. I was disrupted. I cannot read. I was disrupted from my thoughts when that evil woman came in. She came in front of my cage and opened the door. She had a gun in one hand and a metal hoop in the other. She took the metal hoop and put it around my neck. It was a She took the metal hoop and put it around my neck as a collar. It was terribly tight and not comfortable at all. She then attached a chain to the metal collar and said, "Come on, beast," and sat on the ground after saying that. I sat there not listening to her commands. She then yanked my collar, which caused me to yelp in pain. I then followed her, walking on my hands and knees, because every time I tried to stand up, she would kick me in the knees. You shut up, tree. Please, I'm trying to read. She would kick me in the knees. kick my knees in. Ow! After a few minutes of walking, in a dark hall, I was brought to the front of a wooden door. She then knocked on the door 3 times, and it opened. Proceed. I am not doing a deep voice. I cannot do a deep voice. Said a deep, menacing voice. Hello, sir. This is the one I caught just now. Is my voice echoing? She said with worry in her voice. This man must be scary. I then looked up to see a man with dark purple hair and a purple and black fedora. Now I want one. Atop his head. He wore a dark purple suit and had long black gloves traveling to his elbows. He wore black skinny jeans and dark attachment. He wore black skinny jeans and long black heeled boots. Like that? Or thighs, maybe. Long black heeled boots. Something about this man looked familiar, but I just couldn't put my finger on it. He then came from around the desk. He then came from around the long dark brown wooden desk to get a better look at me. When he saw me fully, he gasped in surprise. He gasped in surprise. Shouldn't it be shock? Hello, Dipper Pines, he said in his deep voice. My eyes widen at the mention of my real name. How did this man know me? He looks so familiar. Who is he? I thought in my head. And as if he could read my thoughts, which is possible, he said, You don't remember me? I'm hurt, truly. Here's a little hint. I'm not doing that. He said, making a small gesture. Oh my god, but how, why? It was tad strange? Yeah, can't speak. Sorry. This is actually a good book. Oh, I'm gonna miss Gravity Falls. Honestly, I wish it wasn't over. I thought they were gonna make a new season. My friend said they were gonna make a new season. I guess not. I doubt it by now. I sat there confused. I sat there, confusion plastered across my face. What did Tad have to do with this? He almost said Dad. What did Tad have to do with this? Why is he in dimension? Wait. 36,475. I think I said that. I thought he lived in Gravity Falls. Is he a demon or something? What's with the fancy attire? Questions are running through my head like a bullet train. Whoa, jeez, kid. Calm down with the questions. He said, well, I guess he has fucking mind reading powers. Well, that answers my demon question. I looked at him, still quite confused, and a little angry. What's her? Little angry. Where was I? As to my... what? I looked at him quite confused and a little angry as to why he had fucking captured me and put me in a cage. Why did you do this to me? Where's Bill? What do you want from me? I asked, hoping to get some answers. Well, let's just say Bill owes me, and what better than to steal his beloved pet and torture him? I do not want to see this. So that's where you come in. Why is it so windy? I'm scared of that thorn bush. That's where you come in. I'm gonna need you because without you, I don't have any leverage on Bill. So I'm going to torture you until he eventually finds out, and pays me back. What, like $20? Does he owe you like $20? What the hell? Sorry. He said, a grin plastered across his face. Wait, did you say torture? I said, my voice dripping with fear. My face had a frightened expression placed on it. I then saw his grin widen. And he said, yes. Well, we can't keep you here without breaking a few bones. That would be ghastly. I cannot do his voice. I'm not even gonna try. He then laughed evilly and said, well, I gotta do business. Bye-bye. He said, waving me off. The lady then dragged me back to the room. I was expected to go back to the small cage I was in, but instead, no. I was expecting to go back to the small cage I was in, but instead she dragged me to another end of the hallway, where a metal door with one small window sat. As the door opened, a loud squeak could be heard coming from the hinges. When the door opened, I didn't know what to say. The only things that I could manage to squeak out were, oh my god. Oh, I've read this like too many times. I'm already sad. Wait, what chapter am I on? 12? Sorry, 11. Let's read one more. Wait, where are we? Yeah, let's read one more. Stop. This is why I hate coming out here. I sat there, unable to move at something. What I saw in front of me, blood blood everywhere. I saw dead animal parts sitting around, lying limp on the ground, and knives and whips hanging on hangers against the dark, cold, blood-splattered wall. It looks like something out of a nightmare. Oh, sorry. Trigger warning. I think that's obvious. The woman dragged me into the... One second. The woman dragged me into the room and strapped my hands against one of the solid metal poles. I'm gonna finish this part. 1 second! 1 second! I'm gonna finish this part until this line right here at the bottom, because I have to leave. Actually, I might continue when I get home. But anyway, let's continue right now. The woman dragged me into the room and strapped my hands against a solid metal pole and stood in the middle of the torture chamber. I'm reading! I sat in a puddle of blood that came from the animals and humans before me. No! Animals and humans before me. Some was warm and some was just old stains on the ground from long, long ago. I heard a click. Heard a click-clack from the woman's shoes as she went to the wall to grab a weapon. I gulped nervously and started sweating. Oh, Bill, where are you? Please. Please come save me. I said in my mind, hoping somehow that it would reach out to him and he would come and rescue me. And then I heard a loud banging noise come from behind me. She started to hum a tune. It was unfamiliar. And she walked right in front of me and gave me an insane chuckle before she lifted the large whip in her hand. And I'm going to pause here for now. See you in a bit. I'm back. Stupid fan. Oh, no. Okay, I'm back. I sat there, my body only being held up by a few strings attached to my wrists, holding me to the pole. I don't understand how that works. Blood, sweat, and tears ran down my body as I sat there, limp and panting. The girl just laughed at me and kicked me in the stomach before she left the room, leaving me in the dark. I'm not screaming. I don't want to scream. I pulled my head up as much as I could to see what was happening. Oh no. Oh, yay! A faint scream could be heard from the other side of the room. I tried to look through the small window, but not much was to be seen. Then, out of nowhere, I saw a large blood splatter. The blood landed on the window. Then the doorknob started turning. I shut my eyes in fear of what was going to come from the other side. Bill's POV. I searched everywhere for my dear pine tree, but he was nowhere to be found. How did I read that? I sat down on a chair in my house, silent tears running down my face. But then I heard it. Faint, but faint as ever, but stirring in its own way. Oh, Bill, where are you? Please come help. Please come save me. I knew that voice. That was his voice. That was my pine tree's voice. I focused all my energy on his voice and his soul. A map was laid out in my mind to where I would find him. It led me back to the mall, and inside a small shop, there was a door behind the shop, and it opened, and leading me down another dark hall with caged hybrids inside. I was then led to a large room with a small window inside of it. The door opened to reveal a naked, bloody pine tree. I gasped at the image in my head. I then opened my eyes. My irises are blood red. I flew as fast as I could into the mall. I flew to the store. I flew to the store I saw in my vision, and once I got there, I saw a man sitting behind the counter. I walked up to him as calmly as possible and said, "If you don't want to die, I suggest you step away from the counter now." Through gritted teeth. He looked at me with horror in his face. He stepped aside quickly, and then I pushed aside the counter. I saw the door behind it, and it just like in the vision, I busted it off the hinges and ran through the hall of caged hybrid. I don't know why I'm stuttering, but I never stutter. I rarely ever stutter. Why am I stuttering now? Caged hybrid. I then saw a woman at the end of the hall, about to open the door to my pine tree before she heard me burst open the door. She turned around and looked at me with a look of disgust, but behind it, I saw a twinge of fear on her face. She charged at me full force I charged at her full force as she screamed in fear. I sound like a robot. I charged at her full force as she screamed in fear. That's better. I ran into her and smashed her head in. Blood went everywhere, and then I looked up at the door. I slowly cracked it open to find my pine tree on the other end. dripping in blood, looking up in horror. As soon as I stepped into the light, a sigh of relief escaped his lips. Bill, he breathed out. My voice is gone. Bill, he breathed out. Pine tree, I said before running to him and crashing down in front of him and taking him in my arms. It's okay. You're okay. You're safe now. It's okay. I kept reassuring him. As I rocked him in my arms, he started crying, and I could feel the tiny hot drops of water fall on my suit. I then snapped my fingers and released him from the chains that were binding him. Binding his arms to the pole, and picked his fragile form up in my arms. As we walked out the door, I saw someone who I never thought I would see again. Someone who tricked me and took the one thing I love, Tad Strange. I think that will be the end for now.
Chapter 14 is next.
I will be finishing it because why not? It only has this one and then another one. I don't know why I didn't finish it. It's like so close to the end. I think it's because I didn't want my parents catching me reading this stuff. It's fine. Anyway, bye.